Kenya Jade with Take It Slow. She's performing at the Piston on Thursday. 40 years ago, Ron Nelson began hosting a hip-hop show that earned legendary status. Fantastic Voyage introduced listeners, including me, who never missed the program, to hip-hop, and he promoted concerts by all the heavies. If you saw Public Enemy, Ice Cube, Eric B. and Rakim, or Mishimi, chances are it was a Ron Nelson production. Ron, who was rightfully called the godfather of Toronto hip-hop, was recently inducted into the Scarborough Walk of Fame. And now, at 60 years young, he's released his first rap album. It's called 40 Years Too Late, and it's a quadrilogy. That's 4 albums together. Metromonic's Ismaila Alpha recently spoke to Ron about his journey.
It's like, I don't know, end of the world, you get to go on a spaceship to escape before the world blows up, and you get to actually be the pilot of that spaceship. It was an incredible experience. It was like glorious. Being behind the mixing board with a microphone, there's something magic that happens to anyone who does that. Well, when you're a 19-year-old kid and you're on the radio for the first time and you're playing black music, and you know, like a lot of people don't even understand anything about what you're playing other than your passion for the music, then it's a great moment.
It sounds like it was a wonderful moment. Tell us what an average show was like for you when you started in the 80s. What was a typical Fantastic Voyage show like?
In the 80s, it was a lot of playing the music that I could get. In 1983, there was not a lot of black music in the record store, so as a DJ, I would pretty well buy everything that appeared to be imported from the States that looked like a label that featured rap music. And then you go home and listen to it, hoping that it's good. And after a while, you have a bit of a small collection, and you could actually entertain people with, you know, portions of R&B and funk. Before there was the term hip-hop, we had rap music, right? So people had discovered this new art from around 78, 79, and the records were slowly starting to come out that featured a little bit of rap at a time. And for me now, being a kid from Jamaica, I was obsessed with bass. You know, I loved my music loud. I loved hearing sound systems and stuff. So rap music was like the perfect partner for that kind of. It didn't matter if it was reggae or if it was rap, really. As long as that bass was there, it kind of got to me somehow. I can't explain why, but I became obsessed with that ingredient in music. And hip hop, you know, still today relies on, you know, like nice deep bass and snappy mids and highs, and it was an ingredient for the music that was to formulate in hip hop music by around 1983, which is why this year it's hip hop's 50th birthday.
You started your show as well at a time when, and maybe youth of today wouldn't know what this is like, but we didn't have access to all the music. I mean, there was some music we would be able to get here, the north of the border, but there were albums, there were artists who we didn't have direct access to. So people would be listening to your show just to hear some tracks that they couldn't even purchase here.
I couldn't get access to the music. I mean, it was hard. Even when you're a DJ, back in those days, if you wanted to hear music, people like yourselves, you'd have to come to the parties and hear the DJs who drive to New York and drive to Buffalo and get the records from the record pools. And, you know, DJs would go as far as to change the labels on the record and put a fake one over it so other DJs looking over their shoulders would know they're playing, right? So the radio kind of changed all that a little bit. The streets had its own movement before I got on the radio and kind of altered the paradigm a little bit in Toronto and eventually Canada, because I guess the show, you know, is celebrated now for being 40 years old. So back in that time, very little infrastructure, very little hope, very little faith, very little people who can have a vision for the future of rap or the future of hip-hop. It's the kind of thing where, what, you want to be a rapper? No way, you're going to be a doctor. No way, you're going to do that rap music stuff. You know, nobody would support you if you saw that being in your future and as a business in any way at all. So it was a great moment. Like, people who were born like post 90s, you know, they really missed out on like the virgin of this whole thing, the root, the seed, the basic blueprint started for us in Canada. A little bit behind the States, I would say around 1982, 83.
Thinking about 19-year-old you starting Fantastic Voyage, did you think that you'd still be talking about that show 40 years later?
Absolutely not. No. We're all just players in this whole thing, right? So I think everyone just has to do their part for the music to evolve and progress. But I was a bit of a visionary. I was, just wanting to deal with the present, but I wasn't looking so much into the future. I was just trying to fix things here in Canada where there's this kind of big desert, so to speak, for anyone who had talent in this business. There's nobody here who understood it. Nobody who could hold your hand and help you through it. There's no one to inspire us. It's not like we had a rich neighbor that we can look at and say, they made it from rap music. There was not even one. So we were just kind of admiring everything that was happening south of the border. And the radio station, Fantastic Voyage, me doing these shows and stuff, it all helped kind of create a path, so to speak, so that artists could have a chance to shine and show their talent.
Such a key member of the scene. I never missed that show. I remember listening to it with my finger on the pause and record buttons. The first time I heard Public Enemy, I was looking at the speakers and going, Ron, what on earth are you playing? And then he brought them to town. I met with them. And 35 years later, proud to say that I'm close friends with the group and Chuck D. Thank you, Ron Nelson, for all the music and for helping to set up that amazing friendship. You heard Ron Nelson, dubbed Toronto's godfather of hip-hop, and here now is a track from his new album, 40 Years Too Late.
Yo, let's go back to the old school, man, really. Too rude, man. Take it back in time. Rudimental. You didn't know, now you know. Credit where credit's due, you know. So, let's go. First MC I know, DJ Curtis Blow. Love to rock the mic and make the people say ho. Rappers alive, came out in 79. Hit song of my time, I had to learn how to rhyme. The rappers in time, evil people wanna pop. Piece of Biggie, Tupac, Jam Master Jay, Scott the Rock. It's Walkie, we miss you. You sang, we didn't diss you. Sending flowers to Jalil, yeah, Houdini, a Tucker, piece of Heavy D, and NWA, Compton, California, LA, ECE died from AIDS. No human beatbox, no Prince, Marky B, no more Big L, Tim Dog, Craig Mack, no Dirty. Now the music's not the same, man, they're missing from the game, and the stories that we told, and these rappers getting old. Take a poll, it was gold. I'm 60 years old, and I got it on record. It's a changing of the guard. We made hip-hop history. Tell them you are a celebrity. Here we stand on guard for they tell the true north. Here we're strong and free. Yeah. K-Folks and Black pioneers of the craft, just like Grandmaster Flash. Yeah, they were so creative. My show, Fresh West, AK Melody MC. Let your backbone side. DRK and Frank K. Respect goes out to Farley. I'm sending love to Cardi. I've been burying Beef Factory, Mission Bay, Maximum 60. And my boy DJ X, Prime Move Flow, yeah, Kiss. And big up Cyclone 457, big up Colin from Heavens. Big up KGB, big up 10K and Thrust. Mastermind, Logic, Candy Crush, Too Rude, I Trust. Wanna talk about devotion, DJ Power, MC Motion. John Bronski, the band, yeah, he ran that master plan. Some rappers just turned 50, May just turned 60. Seaweed, don't diss me, Canadian hip-hop history. And if you see Ramba, hug him, tell him that we love him. Things not the way they ought to be, cause he's Canadian royalty. Tell him we made hip-hop history. Tell him you are a celebrity. Tell him here we stand on guard for them. Tell the true north, here we're strong and free. We made hip-hop history. Tell him you are a celebrity. Tell him here we stand on guard for them. Tell the true north, here we're strong and free. Big up standing for Black C, K and D, Shan, Fly, K and Cool K, Lady P, Spirit J, Sugar C, Dex and Black, Play the Star soundtracks, Rascals, HGB, big up Charles from Club Z, Scam, Conquers, Mob, Mr. Mattress, Slicky D, Big and Henry, Al Capone, Sweet Ebony and Big C, Ramble, Sunshine Crew, and the great JC, Warren Ball, the different, and the one Tony D, Big up Chick Dynasty, Deisha's O'Neal and Ken, the great Howard Hughes, and the ones and the two, Big Eddie Fifth Avenue Sound Crew, Barry T.K. Oker, Cleveland Cosmo Cashman, Kish and Get Lister, Johnny Pete Elite Squad, Rob Don, Anthony Bond, Junior Kent from Monaco, my first born, Ian Khan, Mr. Q Bush.